everybody, my name's Sarah and I'm from Derby County Community Trust. So today we're going to be looking at a lovely healthy dinner recipe, vegetable fajitas. Just because it says it's dinner recipe, it's great for lunch. They are great if you keep them as well. You can keep them in the fridge once you cook them and have them the next day. So just before we start, I'd just like to say, if you've got long hair, if you could tie it back for me please, and also if you've got long sleeves, if you could just roll up your sleeves or wear a short sleeve top. I have just washed my hands outside as well, but especially at the moment, it's really important to have nice clean hands when we're actually doing our cooking. So I'm just going to sanitize my hands, so I'll just put that on and give it a rub. There we go. So I'm just going to run through the ingredients that we've got today. So we're thinking about our 5 a day, our Eat a Rainbow, getting lots of different coloured fruit and vegetables into our diet, and this recipe is absolutely great for that. So today I'm going to be using a yellow and a red pepper. Again, I love peppers, so good for so many different things. A really great snack, great in meals, but also packed full of vitamin C. So a brilliant thing to eat as much as you can. So we've got 2 different colours there. I've already chopped a little bit there already, ready to go. I've got my red onion. I've got a courgette, which is a lovely food. Again, it's really versatile. You can do lots and lots with that. Really tasty, adds flavour to our dishes, and it's got lots and lots of really good vitamins in. Also going to be using some garlic today. I'm going to add that into there, so that's going to be really nice, give us a little bit of flavour. I've got my spices here, so I've got my paprika and I've also got my chilli flakes as well. If you want to, you can use real chilies at home, but please be really careful when you use chilies. If you're chopping them, remember not to rub your eyes, and it's the seeds that are the hottest bit, so be really careful with those. So I've got my tortillas, but we'll come to those later, and our natural yogurt. So have my pan heating up here, so please make sure you've got an adult with you and be really careful when you're using the pan. You can use a frying pan on top of your stove, but I've just got my party pan here. So I've had it heating up for a moment. I'm just going to take the lid off there. Be careful, I shouldn't be really leaning across there, just be really careful when you're doing that. And I'm going to use some fry light. So that is a really low fat, really healthy alternative, because you only need a little spray in your pan to keep things from sticking. So I've just popped that in there. So first things first, I'm going to chop up my peppers. So I have done a few here already. So I've got a safety knife here today. So when you are cutting our food, if you put your hands like that, I call it the bridge hand, or you can call it the crab hand, whatever you prefer. We're just going to put our hand over like that, so we're cutting and we're not getting our fingers in the way. So I've cut this one in half already, and what I'm going to do is just get my plate here, and I'm going to take out the seeds before we start, because we don't want those in our meal. So just pull those out, give it a little bang on the plate. I want to get as many seeds out as we can, so they're not going in our food. There we go. You can see I think I've got most of them out there. What I'm going to do, my best bit, is actually push down on the pepper on the chopping board, and you can see it's gone all squished there. So all squished, I'm going to turn it over, and it's going to make it a lot easier to cut. So just using my crab hand there, going along. The skin is the tough part, so if we cut it on the opposite side, we'll get through it a lot quicker. So I'm just turning these into strips today, because if you think we're going to be making our wraps, we want them in there so they're nice and long and they're going to fit in beautifully. There we go. So our fajitas are going to have all this different colour in. So I'm just going to pop that in there, because I'm not going to put the peppers in first, just get everything cooking. So pop that in there, put that here, go on to my yellow pepper, and I'm just going to put half of this pepper in because I've already cut half here. So again, just almost ripping it in half, using my plate to get the seeds out. Just pop that one over there, out of the way, and then we can use that one later. Get all the seeds out, give it a squish, pop it over here. So the pan's heating up nicely next to me. So we've put our oil in there. So the next thing we're going to do, just want to get these all ready, because it's really easy and it's great that you can just use one pan to do this. So you can see already all the different vegetables. I've just pulled those apart because we want those to be like that. There we go. So the next thing I'm going to chop up here is my courgette. So to do that, I'm just going to chop off the end of the courgette, both ends, off they come. I'm going to pop those over here. And again, this is totally up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice my courgette like this. You can do it in strips at home, whatever you prefer, whatever your preference is. Again, remember we're making fajitas, so everything is going to end up in a wrap. So we just want to do this. And these are the first things that are going to go in the pan. Doesn't take long to cook. So what I'm going to do is almost going to do mine into cubes. So I've got 2 cubes here. There we go. And just put that over there like that. And if you can see, I've got my cubes. I'm going to throw it into my pan. Just turn that up slightly so we get it sizzling. There we go. So it is nice and warm, but they will start cooking away nicely. And they come out really nicely because they're going to brown, and it's going to give a really nice flavour to our wrap. There we go. So just chop those up, throw them all in. There we go. You can hear it starting to sizzle now. There we go. So keep going with that. Nearly there. So again, depends on your preference. You could add some mushrooms in here, add some spring onions, you know, some spinach is lovely in here. If you put spinach in right at the end of the vegetables cooking, just to let it wilt down a little bit, that's a really good source of vitamins and minerals, but a really nice flavour as well. So many different things you can do with this. And again, same with all our recipes, you can find them on our website. We'd love to see some pictures of them, of you cooking away and your finished results. But again, have a think, see how you could change this recipe. What would you think that you would like in it? What would make it better? It's totally up to you. That's the great thing about cooking. You can adapt everything to work for you. So nearly there with the courgette. In it goes. Just watching those fingers, and all done. So use them, just give those a little stir. I'm just going to put that over there, move that out of the way. There we go, and that smells really, really nice. So just get them moving around a bit, and they're slightly browning already, which is nice, so they're going to have a nice crispy flavour. I'm just going to turn that down slightly. So put my next ready for my garlic. Now with garlic, it's a great thing. It's got loads and loads of flavour in it, really good for us. So I've got a whole bulb of garlic here, and I'm just going to put 1 clove in. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally pushing down on the whole thing, and it makes it split off. So again, you can see it comes in little segments. So I'm going to put that one over there, and what I've got here is a garlic clove. So just put that out of the way here, and just coming onto this chopping board here, I'll move those over there. The peppers are going to go in a minute. I'm just being very, very careful. You can use paste garlic for this, or you can use garlic granules if you wanted to, but you wouldn't put them in now. You put those in more towards the end. You can see the skin's just coming off there. It's just coming off. And I've got my garlic crusher there. If you are being very careful at home and you've got a sharper knife, you could actually crush the garlic or chop it up into small bits, but I'm just using a garlic press here, and I'm hoping this is going to work. There we go. So as you can see, I'm just squishing everything through it. The garlic's coming out. Oh, that's coming out really well actually. And just give a knife a tap and pop that in. Oh, and as soon as that goes in the pan, you can smell that. That's lovely. That just gives it a really nice flavour. So give that a stir round. Oh, that just makes any dish, the garlic. It just gives it that sort of really nice flavour and smell. There we go. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit more oil in there, just because I don't want it to stick, and it's going to coat the vegetables and just give them a really crispy flavour. Because it's fry light, it's nice and healthy as well, but we don't want to put too much in there. There we go. Oh, it's browning off beautifully in there. So just put those down. So the next thing is my red onion. So again, I really like red onions, really nice and crunchy, lots and lots of flavour in there. Again, a lovely colour as well, any dish. I just think sometimes we do eat with our eyes. If something looks nice, lots of different colours, then it makes it really appealing. We really want to, get stuck in. So lots of nice colours as well, great for Eat Our Rainbow. Make sure that we're getting all our fruit and vegetables in our diet every day. So again, I'm using my crab hand, and I'm just going to put half in here. I've cut it in half already. So again, I think I mentioned before, I'm very prone to crying when I cut onions. So today I have given this half a little rinse under the tap, so we're not going to get that really strong flavour in our eyes. Again, it's totally up to you. If you wanted to use white onion, just as nice. The flavour's just as good, but again, it's all down to personal preference, whatever you enjoy. So the great thing again is about cooking is it's the experimentation, finding out what you enjoy, finding out what you like. So I'm going to pop these in and get them nice and chopped up, quite fine. Again, it's all about personal preference, what you enjoy. I'm just going to put that end bit there, put those other bits over there out of the way. Just check what we've got. I'm just going to cut that piece up and then we can add it to our pan. So there we go. Oh, there we go. Move that garlic out of the way and then throw it in. There we go. So I'm just going to give that a little stir, get that cooking, and I can see the courgette is browning off absolutely beautifully. So what I'm going to do now is add my yellow pepper, so our strips, in it goes, and our red pepper. And again, just give that a little stir so it spreads out. It smells ever so nice, and it's nice and colourful as well. So put that in. That is going to need about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to add that over there, move that out of the way, just move these chopping boards for you, and then put that there, and then just have a look at my spices I've got. So the paprika, that is a really nice flavour. Herbs and spices add a lot to any dish. They're great to add flavour, and it also means that we don't need to put as much salt in things. So salt, we try and avoid it in our cooking if possible, and try and use the natural flavours in the food. So what I'm going to do is, that's cooking away, but what I'm going to do is measure out using my spoon here. It's quite a big spoon. I'm just going to put a little shake of this in, paprika. If you've got, there we go, about a teaspoon, and sprinkle it over there. And that's going to give it a nice smoky flavour. So I'll put that one there, and again our crushed chilli. If you wanted to use fresh chilli, that's absolutely fine, but like I say, just watch your eyes when you're doing that. Again, chilies have got lots of different flavours, and this is all about personal preference. So I do like my food quite spicy, but I know some people here don't, so I'm not going to put too much in today. But again, if you're cooking for other people at home, don't forget you can add things afterwards. So I'm just going to put the flakes in like that. Actually give it a shake. There we go. That's it. So again, just add it all in. Okay, put that down. And again, give it a mix. And the juice from the vegetables, from the peppers and the courgettes, is actually going to soak in and absorb all those herbs and spices that we put in. So it's going to be part of the dish. So that is going to be absolutely lovely. So I'm just going to put the lid on there for a minute. It's cooking away beautifully. It smells really nice, and just move my chopping boards out of the way. So I'm going to pop these over here. So I've got my wraps here to make the finished dish. So these, I've bought these, you can get, these are white wraps, but you can also get your 50-50, wholemeal, your seeded wraps. So these are brilliant. Really, really good for us, really healthy. Obviously the wholemeal ones are the best ones, but unfortunately the shops didn't have any today. So we're going with our white ones, but we've got all our goodness in there as well. Totally up to you though, but again, wholemeal keeps us nice and full, lots of fibre in there, which is great for our tummy. So just to get these ready, I'm not going to do a lot while that's cooking away. Just put those there. I've got 2 plates ready to serve it. Pop them on there. Again, you can warm these up if you wanted to. If you put these in foil and pop them in your oven, just keep them on for a couple of minutes. Obviously be really careful when you take them out. They are lovely warm as well, but just as nice cold, whatever your preference is. So I have some of my Greek yogurt here, which is fabulous. I know when we often have different foods, we use sour cream. This is a really healthy alternative to this. A lot lower in fat, just as tasty, a lot cheaper as well. It goes a long way. As you can see, a big tub, get for probably the same price as a tub of the sour cream. So just going to get my spoon, nothing fancy, and I'm just going to spoon it out across my wrap, ready to add all the ingredients. So I'm going to do 2 of these and just add them across. There we go. I put quite a lot on there. I do quite like a lot in there, but the good thing, like I say, about the Greek yogurt is you can add as much as you want or as little as you want, but because we know it's a healthy option, you can go a little bit crazy with it. So I'm going to put that there. So they're all ready to go. Like I say, at home, if you wanted to add your lettuce, if you wanted to add your mushrooms in there, your spinach, whatever you enjoy. So again, this is a really good recipe to build on, make your own thing if you wanted to add some chicken in there, whatever you like. So as long as you're getting all your 5 a day in there, absolutely great. So I'm just going to give this a little stir. And what we are going to do is we're going to give it another 2 minutes, and then we're going to come back to you and show you the finished result. We've been cooking our vegetables in the pan for about 5 to 10 minutes, and they have browned off absolutely beautifully. So they've absorbed all that flavour from the chilli flakes that we've put in and the paprika, which will give it a lovely smoky taste as well. So these are nice and soft. They're going to be really, really lovely and gooey in our wrap, which we put our natural yoghurt on. So what I'm going to do is just turn off the pan, and I'm going to get ourselves served because I'm looking forward to tasting these. So all I'm doing is just bringing it out. Can you see that lovely browning on the vegetables? There we go. We've kept all the goodness in because we've not cooked them too long. They're nice and soft, but the pan has kept all the goodness in. So I'm just going to put those in there. Can you see all the different colours? You can see the onions, the peppers, the courgettes all mixing up there, making a lovely, lovely flavour. So all I'm going to do now is just turn it round, and I'm just going to wrap it up. It's going to be a little bit hot, so just watch your fingers. There we go, and you could cut those in half if you wanted to. But a lovely, lovely, healthy dinner. You can have a big salad on the side with that. You know, you could jacket potato, new potatoes, really go to town with it, but really, really tasty, really enjoyable. So I hope you enjoy making those. Remember, we'd love to see your pictures. All the recipes are on the website. So I'm going to share these out now, and we're all going to taste them. So I hope you enjoy making them as much as we have. So see you very soon, and thank you.